Hey planner friends! Welcome back to my channel and day 2 of Plansmas. Today we're going to be setting up the front pages of my brand new 2022 Passion Planner. Let's get started! So here we are in my 2022 planner, and for this setup I'm going to be using these holographic tabs, also from Passion Planner, lots of craft paper, and then I've also picked out 2 Faber-Castell Pitt pens that I think perfectly match the colours of the cover of my planner. I'm also going to be using this Uniball fine liner, and let's get into it. The first thing that I'm going to be doing is adding all of the tabs into the monthly pages of my planner. This is a great way to break in the spine of your Passion Planner because you basically just open to each month and add the tab on the side. I'm folding the tab in half and then just lining up that fold with the edge of the page, and also lining up the tab with the grey box that's printed on the page. I always go for holo tabs because I feel like holographic foil goes with everything, no matter what colour my theme is for each month. So now I'm just going to add in the tab for each month. Last year I added some tabs into the back pages, at the beginning of the blank pages and the beginning of the dot grid pages, but because this hardcover planner comes with 2 green ribbon bookmarks, I'm going to use that bookmark to mark where I've started in my back pages. So now that I've added all of my tabs in, we can get started with the cover page for this planner. I've taken a lot of inspiration from watching bullet journalers this year and also starting my own bullet journal. So for my cover page I'm going to be pasting in this piece of craft paper and then lettering in 2022 across the front. I'm using my black fine liner to letter this in and using this kind of elongated font where I'm going to have the beginning and the end lines of each word going right to the edge of the page off the craft paper. I'm using this font across all of my setup pages that are supposed to last for the entire year, so my planner as a whole has one theme and then each month gets its separate colour theme as usual. Now that I've lettered that in, I'm going to add my final theme that's going to be going through all of my setup pages, and that's just some abstract shapes using my 2 Pitt Artist pens. These are colours 247 and 126, and I think they perfectly go with the colours on the cover of this planner. I didn't realise this at the time, but some of these Faber-Castell Pitt pens can ghost or bleed through the pages even in a Passion Planner a little bit, especially the darker ones, so I'm being really careful to not be too heavy-handed with this ink. So that's it for my really simple cover page. Now we can start doing a little bit of goal setting. So on the left hand side of this spread I'm going to be including my roadmap. This is loosely based on the Passion Planner roadmap that's actually printed in the planner, but I kind of go my own way with it because the timescales on this roadmap really don't suit me. Like, I don't want to be writing in lifetime goals twice a year. I'm also quite a visual person when it comes to goals, so rather than writing out specific goals, I'm going to be pasting in some photos from this year and also just some general pictures that I found on Google to kind of represent all of the themes of my goals for the next 12 months. I then write a more specific goal in each of my monthly spreads. As goal setting is such a personal thing, I find it's best to just keep trying different systems until you find one that works for you, or if you don't find one that works for you, just kind of make it up as you go along, and if it works for you, it works. The general themes that I'm putting in my roadmap this year are spending plenty of time in nature, spending time with my boyfriend, remaining mindful and positive, finishing my clinical portfolio, seeing my parents and family more, seeing friends more, hopefully getting a dog at some point, and spending plenty of time working on myself with the gym and my house, yoga, finances, and of course keeping up with my YouTube and Instagram. I'm then just decorating this page with some craft paper and my theme colours and abstract shapes for my setup. Moving over to the right hand side of the page, and I'm going to pop in my MakseLife compass assessment results for this year. So I've printed this out on sticker paper, and I think I did a really good job of pasting it in really nice and neatly, and then realised that I printed out a tiny bit smaller than I wanted and I needed to cover up that little line of text at the bottom, so I pulled the whole thing up and stuck it down again. If you're not familiar with the MakseLife compass assessment, then I definitely recommend looking into it. They have loads of videos up on their YouTube channel about it, but you basically answer some questions to kind of see where you are in these 8 areas of your life, and I find it super helpful when I'm starting goal setting to see if there's any particular areas that I want to draw attention to, and if there's anywhere I'm pretty happy and just need to keep going in the same way that I'm going already. On the craft paper that I've pasted in underneath my compass assessment, I'm adding in my quote of the year. So I initially wasn't going to pick a word of the year because I didn't find one that really gelled with me this year, but then I was watching a Riley Autumn video and she used this quote in one of her bullet journal setups and it really resonated with me, so I'm using this as my quote of the year, and then persist is going to be my word of the year. So I've just included that in with my goal setting because I think it's really important to have all of this in one page. To finish off this spread, I'm just going to add in the scores that I got for my compass assessment this year. The compass assessment is a free printable that you can download from the MakseLife website, and then you just fill in all of the questions and score yourself out of 10 for each statement that is written in the assessment. You then take an average of those, and that gives you your number to pop on the compass. I followed a recommendation from Taylor at Tattoo Teacher Plans this year and did my compass assessment a couple times a few days apart, just so that it wouldn't be affected by me being in a rubbish mood one day, and that really helped. So I think this is a really accurate representation of how I'm feeling about these 8 areas of my life this year. All of my scores for the 8 sections are fairly even, which means that I'm not neglecting any one part of this compass, which is really good because last year I had a few sections that seemed really neglected and some that I seemed to have focused on too much. To do my actual goal setting, once I had these scores, I then looked at what small changes I could make in the first couple months of the year to really improve these scores, and what I could do over the course of the year to improve the scores. And that's pretty much it for goal setting. The last page to set up at the front of my passion planner for 2022 is my future log. So I'm using the 2022 and 2023 mini calendars that are included in the front of the planner, and then I've added a scrap of craft paper for each month of the year. I'm then adding in the initial of that month in one of my Faber-Castell Pitt pens, and then we are going to fill in all of the important dates that are coming up this year. So UK holidays and birthdays are pretty much all that goes in this future log to begin with. So I've used my pink 126 pen to mark in all the birthdays, and then my blue 247 pen to mark in all of the UK holidays. So here's a final flip through of the front pages of my 2022 setup. We've got my cover page, my roadmap and life compass page, and then finally my future log page. And tomorrow I'm going to be showing you how I've set up the back pages of my passion planner for 2022. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for another day of Plansmas. Bye!